Failed again. I'm Kanata Mugita, a 24-year-old currently unemployed. A month ago, the company I worked for since graduating high school 6 years ago went bankrupt, so I had no choice but to start job hunting. Job hunting is harder than I thought. Maybe I should lower my salary expectations and apply to more companies. Huh? I got another email. I got an invitation for a final interview from Kanon Corporation. Great! I passed the first interview! I can't afford to miss this chance. I did some research on the company for the first interview, but I should study more. I did more research on the company until the interview day, and then, on the day, I'm so nervous. But I'll regret it if I don't give my best. I have to give it my all. I think I'm supposed to tell the receptionist when I get there. After that, I contacted the receptionist, and an employee came to escort me to the interview room.
The president is in the room, so please knock and enter.
Thank you. Okay, it was 3 knocks, right? Can't mess this up.
Come in.
Excuse me.
Please have a seat.
Excuse me. What?
Is something wrong?
No, I apologize. She's Nana. What's she doing here? Could she be the president of this company? Nana Sato, my high school classmate and ex-girlfriend. I need to focus on the interview right now.
Let's start the interview. Please introduce yourself and tell us about your work experience.
Yes, my name is Kanata Mugita. Thank you for this opportunity. After graduating high school, I joined Yuki Spring Corporation and worked in corporate sales for 6 years. I carefully listened to the needs of our clients' factories and proposed the most suitable springs for them.
I see. Now, can you tell us why you want to work here?
Yes, I'm drawn to your company's sales approach, which involves custom-making products to meet customer needs, following your mission of creating products that have never existed before for our consumers. Additionally, your sales style is similar to my previous experience, so I believe I can be an asset to your team.
I see.
This interview is progressing pretty smoothly without much probing.
Now, let's dive deeper into what you've just shared.
Phew! Glad they're going to ask more detailed questions.
Instead of a formal answer, tell me your real motivation for wanting to join this company. Kanata, why do you really want to work at a company where I'm the president?
Did she just call me Kanata? No, I need to focus on answering this question. The reason I mentioned earlier is the whole truth.
Liars are not welcome in my company. If you keep this up, you won't get the job.
I'm not lying.
Liar. You just want to use my connections to get hired because your company went bankrupt, right? And then you plan to apologize for what happened back then, make up with me, get married, and a few years later become a stay-at-home husband supporting me, the president, right?
I haven't thought about that at all.
Really? Well, then you're not getting this job. You can leave now. If you had been honest, I might have forgiven you.
No, Nana, I mean, I didn't know you were the president here. I wasn't trying to use connections to get hired.
What? The president's name is on the website. If you didn't see that, you didn't do enough research.
I did see the name, but I thought it was just a coincidence, since many people have the same name.
So you really just applied here by chance?
Yes, that's right.
I see.
She's not using formal language anymore. Well, she is the president, so it's fine if she talks casually.
I also believe in fairness, so I made sure your initial interview was judged without my influence. You passed on your own merit.
That's good to hear.
Let's continue with the interview. How many sexual partners have you had?
That question is inappropriate and could be considered harassment.
Then how many people have you dated?
That's also inappropriate. But it seems like the interview won't continue unless I answer. If I say I've only dated her, she might think I'm still hung up on her. About 5?
5? I see. Well, I can't hire a womanizer like you for sales. What if you hit on our important female clients? You're not getting the job.
Wait a minute. I would never do something like that.
Anyway, the interview is over. Let's just talk normally. You can speak casually, too.
The last question was ridiculous, but she probably decided I wasn't getting the job from the start. I did break up with her in high school. She probably doesn't want to work with me. All right. Can I ask one thing?
What?
I didn't know you were the president when I came for this interview, but you knew it was me. Why did you agree to the final interview? You said HR passed me in the first round, but as the president, you could have rejected me right away.
No particular reason. HR passed you, so I did the final interview.
I see.
Well, not hiring you for sales was almost decided when we started this final interview.
What? Then this is just a waste of time. For me, it's fine, but you're probably busy.
Listen carefully. The reason you're not being hired for sales is simply because there was a more qualified candidate. I had the final interview with them 2 hours ago. Their achievements and personality were outstanding, and they were clearly better suited for sales than you. We only need one more salesperson for now.
I see. So I was rejected for a legitimate reason.
Exactly. Well, I could hire you as my secretary instead.
What? Secretary? You're joking, right?
I am not joking. I've needed a secretary for a while, but couldn't find anyone suitable. Since you dated me, we know we get along, and if I'm in charge, you won't be hitting on other women, right?
I already said I wouldn't do that.
I don't trust you. I'll manage you, and you'll support me by handling my schedule and daily tasks.
I'll do whatever job you give me. But isn't this nepotism? Are you sure I'm the right person?
Yes, you passed the initial interview, and as my secretary, compatibility with me is crucial. If you don't perform well, I'll take responsibility and fire you myself.
All right, I'll do it. At least I got the job. I should study for the secretary certification before starting. After that, I started working as her secretary.
I've made a list of tasks for you. Learn as you go.
Got it. She's really organized. I knew that since high school. She probably doesn't even need a secretary. No, I need to support her so she can focus on other tasks. Daily schedule management, admin tasks, driving her around. Pretty much what I expected. Good thing I studied in advance. Oh, there's a second page. Hey boss, can I ask you something?
Is there something you don't understand already?
This part about reporting my 24-hour schedule, messaging you when I get home, and reporting any conversations I have with other women.
Yeah, it means exactly what it says.
This has nothing to do with being a secretary.
Are you sure it's okay to talk to the boss like that?
Sorry, I just mean, this doesn't seem related to secretary duties.
Of course it is. I need to know your schedule in case I need to call you in unexpectedly.
I guess that makes sense. Maybe I just don't understand because I'm new to this.
Good. I've already compromised on some things.
What? There were more conditions at first?
Yeah, like having matching phones and installing a GPS app, among other things.
That sounds more like a demanding girlfriend than a boss.
Nonsense. But I decided against it to avoid problems with the other employees.
Even without that, a GPS app is ethically wrong. I kept learning my secretary duties, and within 2 months, I was pretty good at supporting her, but there were still issues.
Kanata, what was that earlier?
Sorry, what are you talking about?
We're alone in the car, so speak casually.
Alright, what are you talking about? The meeting went well, and everything was on schedule.
No, I mean how you were being all friendly with that woman from the other company.
She offered me tea, so I had to thank her with a smile.
Sure, but what if she falls for you because of that smile?
No way that's gonna happen.
You never know. Just be careful.
Alright, got it.
And after you smile at another girl, make sure you smile at me, too.
No way I can do that in a business meeting.
You can do it when we're alone. Now, smile at me right now.
I can't! I'm driving! For some reason, weird rules kept popping up between us. I got used to the secretary work, but at this rate, it might affect our jobs. But even if I bring it up, she probably won't listen.
Hey, Kanata, we're done with work, so do you want to go grab dinner? You don't have any plans, right?
Sure, that's fine.
Great, let's go for drinks tonight.
Maybe having a drink will make it easier to talk to her about it, though I've never seen her drink before. Alright, let's do that. I parked the company car and went out for drinks with her.
This place is pretty stylish for you. You're not bringing other girls here, are you?
No, of course not. As your secretary, I just checked out various places. Private rooms are better for talking without worrying about other people. It's good to know those kinds of things, right?
Wow, you really went out of your way for me. Why are you so dedicated?
Well, it's my job. It's only natural.
I guess I was foolish to expect anything from you. Anyway, let's order some drinks. I left the car behind, so you're drinking too, right?
Yeah. Then I ordered food and drinks, and soon, 2 beers were brought for us.
Cheers!
Cheers! I can handle my alcohol pretty well, but I wonder about her. 15 minutes later, she's drinking quite well. Are you pretty good with alcohol?
Of course, I'm the boss after all.
The boss shouldn't have anything to do with how much you can drink. Are you already tipsy?
Huh? No way.
She's only had 1 pint, but she seems pretty drunk. She might be the type who gets more lively when she's drunk. Hey, don't push yourself.
I'm fine. Besides, you always come pick me up, so you know where my apartment is. Even if I pass out, you can take a taxi, right?
That's true, but
Then it's all good. Plus, sometimes it's easier to talk after having a drink, right?
huh? Maybe she's thinking the same thing as me. Oh, I was thinking the same thing.
Huh? What? Then you say it.
Okay, I'll say it. Recently, there have been too many strange rules at work, haven't there? It feels like they're messing with my job.
I'm not interested in hearing about that. Actually, those rules were created because you were hitting on other girls.
No, I wasn't thinking about that at all.
That's a lie. You must really like a lot of girls, right? I was going to tell you later you dumped me in high school because you got bored with me, didn't you?
Huh? Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. You dumped me without explaining why, so I thought something was wrong. Plus, you said you were going to college, but you suddenly switched to working right after high school. You wanted to make money to play around with girls instead of going to college with me.
I'm sorry for dumping you without an explanation. That was my fault, but that's not the reason.
Then tell me, if there is a proper reason, you should be able to say it.
Maybe you don't want to listen to it.
I'm curious, so go ahead.
All right. Mom, are you okay? Mom, are you going to die?
It's okay. I'll get better soon.
In the summer of my senior year, my mother, who had been raising me and my younger brother alone, collapsed due to illness. The illness worsened due to continuous strain, and she wasn't in a condition to recover quickly. Take your time to get better. You've worked too hard for us.
I'm fine. Besides, I need to work.
No, I'll get a part-time job and earn some money. Also, I'll go straight to work after high school instead of going to college.
What are you talking about? I've saved some money for your college, and you worked so hard to go to the same university as Nana.
It's okay. It's not like I'm gonna die if I don't go to college. Let's use that money for living and medical expenses. I'll earn money too. We can manage to live together somehow. After that, I went against my parents' wishes, gave up on college, and started a part-time job while still in high school. A week later...
Hey, Kanata, why did you suddenly start working a part-time job at this time? There are less than 6 months until the exams.
I'm going to work after graduating high school. I've talked to my teacher about it, and I'm looking into job options now.
Huh? What's that? You said you were going to the same college as me.
Sorry, I changed my mind. Also, I'm sorry, but please break up with me.
Huh? What's the... I don't understand. What's going on with you? If something's wrong, tell me.
If I tell her everything, she'll probably help me or worry about me. That might take up her important time and make her fail her exams, which would be terrible. I really can't tell her. This is a family issue, so I have to solve it on my own. No, it's nothing. I just don't want to be with you anymore, and don't want to go to college. After that, I broke up with her forcefully. My mom's illness didn't get better for a while, but after about 3 years, she recovered and was able to work again.
Why didn't you tell me such an important thing?
I'm sorry. At that time, I thought I needed to handle everything on my own and didn't want to burden you with it. But even so, there must have been a better way to end things than just unilaterally breaking up.
Yeah.
Nana, I'm really sorry. But please don't cry.
I could have supported you and still managed to study. I know you were thinking about me, but you should trust me more.
Sorry.
There won't be a next time.
Huh? Next time?
Yeah, we broke up once, but let's get back together. You don't hate me, do you?
No, of course not.
But after we broke up, you dated 4 other people, right?
No. What I said during the interview was a lie. I haven't dated anyone.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. I said that because I thought you might think I was still hung up on you.
Oh, so it's the same for both of us.
Huh? You too? You haven't dated anyone since then?
Yeah, I didn't want to date anyone else.
I see. I don't want to date anyone else either.
Okay, then let's get back together. But promise me one thing.
Huh? What?
When things are tough, promise you'll tell me. Let's get through the hard times together.
Yeah, I'll definitely tell you from now on. And if you have something to say, let me know too.
Yeah, it's a promise.
So after 7 years, we managed to get back together. Even though we had separated once, this time, we'll support each other and be different from before.
Hey, can I finally do something I've wanted to do?
Huh? What?
Since we're back together, we can use GPS on each other's phones. No, at this point, we should just live together.
That seems a bit off. Let's talk about this properly first. My name is Koji Akama, and I'm a senior in college. I'm currently visiting Kyoto alone for my senior trip, and to heal my broken heart after being dumped by my girlfriend. Solo trips are so nice, because I don't have to care about anyone but myself. I wasn't trying to act tough or anything. I was going to overwrite my memories of my dark past, aka my ex-girlfriend, with a wonderful experience. Hey, what high school do you go to? Do you use Insto?
I'm sorry, I'm in a rush.
Come on, let's exchange limes.
I'm not going to.
Is he hitting on someone? Damn, what's that old man doing to a high school girl? I'll treat you to something delicious. If you don't like matcha, I can show you some other places with good desserts.
Someone's waiting for me, so...
Whatever. You've been by yourself this whole time. Well, it's none of my business. Truth was, my girlfriend dumped me after she cheated on me. We were dating for 2 years, but she cheated and ended up dumping me on top of that. Because of that, I have a huge distrust in women. Plus, the girl being hit on was an absolute stranger, so...
Excuse me, you're so persistent.
You don't need to get angry. Is there anything you need from my little sister? What? I wasn't... You were hitting on her, weren't you? It's so annoying when people do that to tourists, so please, don't ever do that again. Yes. Phew, are you okay?
Yes, thank you so much.
If you're okay, I'll excuse myself now.
Oh, hold on, please.
What is it?
You saved me, so I wanted to do something to thank you.
Thank me? No, you don't need to do that.
But please let me treat you to something at least.
Now that I took a closer look, I realized that she was super beautiful. She looked like she belonged in a celebrity agency. That's how cute she was. I mean, I had my absolute terror field completely put up. This has nothing to do with me. It's fine. A kid shouldn't have to be so considerate to an adult.
What? A kid?
You're a high school student, aren't you?
I'm not. I'm 24 years old.
Oh?
Why do you look like you're doubting me? How old are you then?
Me? I'm 22 years old. I'm gonna start working next month.
You're younger than me.
Are you trying to boast about the fact that you're older than me? In that case, I apologize.
Gosh, what's up with you?
I got myself tangled up in a mess with a weird lady. Well, I probably won't have to see her ever again. By the time I forgot that event had even happened... This is Akama-kun. He's going to be a new member of our department. My name is Koji Akama. I'm a newbie, but I'll do my best so that I won't trouble anyone. It's nice to meet you all. I started working in the design department of the Kanon Corporation. This company made posters and signs. It was split up into a design, production, engineering, and finance department, and had about 100 employees. It was a small company, but because they had contracts with huge corporations, they had a good salary. I wanted to work with something that deals with design, so I felt like this place would be worthwhile for me. I'm sure you heard during the orientation, but the senior employees always work with the newcomers to teach and train them. The person in charge of training you is Koshimizu-san. I understand. I froze. There, I saw the 24-year-old high school student I met on my trip to Kyoto. She had a huge smile on her face for some reason. Why is she here? At the same time as my confusion, I realized that this person was going to be my mentor, and my face paled.
My name is Maki Koshimizu, a third year in the design department and 24 years old. Nice to meet you. Koji Akama, the man I met in Kyoto, right?
Pleased to be working with you. So she did remember me. I was able to get a job in a good company, but I was certain that this was going to be a rocky road. However...
Akama-kun, I checked for typos and misspellings on the document already.
Oh yes, thank you so much.
Also, think of other ways to make this graph easier to visualize.
I'm sorry, I understand. I thought she was going to bully me, but Koshimizu-san strangely treated me very well. That actually made me even more scared, but she was quick and accurate at her job. She even taught me how to use the software when I asked. She knew how to do her job extremely well. And honestly, she was super dependable too.
Okay, lunch break now. Come back in an hour.
Yes, thank you. Does she still care about what happened in Kyoto? There was a cheap and delicious restaurant by our workplace. There, I was talking to my friend from college and now coworker while eating lunch when the topic turned to Koshimizu-san. You're being trained by that Koshimizu-san lady, right? Yeah, what do you mean by that? What? Man, you don't know? Koshimizu-san is the daughter of the managing director of our company. What? Seriously? 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 She graduated from Harvard University in the US and is fluent in English. She's highly praised in the production department for how fast she gets her work done, too. She's the most likely to get a promotion among her coworkers, and the contracts we have with huge chain companies are apparently all thanks to her. You're so lucky that such an amazing person is training you, Akama. Akama? She was that amazing? What's up with you, Akama? Hey! I made fun of such a highly respected person. I regretted it.
All right, we're done working for today.
Koshimizu-senpai?
What is it?
Do you have a minute after this? I couldn't keep still and asked Koshimizu-san to talk after the end of the workday. I sincerely apologize for my rude behavior the other day.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You know, about what happened in Kyoto.
Oh, that?
Huh? She doesn't seem that mad.
Honestly, I'm super angry.
I assumed so.
It's not a bad feeling to be seen as young, but you were clearly making fun of me.
I truly thought you were a high school student and,
I'm kidding. I don't care about that anymore. I'm sorry too.
Huh?
You saved me, but I was kind of rude in my end.
You had every right to be angry with me.
Then let's both forget about it, yeah? Besides, you're responsible and can do your work well. You're an outstanding employee, Akama-kun.
Really? Honestly, I was just working extra hard so that I wouldn't put her in a bad mood.
Keep working like that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I'll be leaving soon then.
Oh, please, hold on a second.
Huh? What is it?
Please, let me treat you to dinner. Oh, I mean, if you don't have any plans after this.
Is that... Are you asking me on a date?
What? Of course not. I wasn't thinking that at all. What is this counterattack? She's so cute.
Aw, you got my hopes up.
Please don't make fun of me.
But you had such a good reaction. Let's go drinking together.
Yes, ma'am. I was truly happy that such a wonderful senpai became my mentor.
We're not allowed to provide alcohol to a minor. Gosh, I'm not a minor. What? But you're a high schooler, aren't you? I'm 24 years old.
Oh, thank God I wasn't the only one.
Gosh, so rude. I look skinnier when I wear clothes, so I actually have a sexy body, you know.
I see. After that, I had to listen to Koshimizu-san talk about her struggles with a baby face for almost an hour. Later, my relationship with Koshimizu-san became smoother. Maki-san, I finished up the documents.
As expected from my #1 apprentice. Good job, Koji-kun.
Thank you. Maki-san suggested that we even call each other by our names. But, huh? After Maki-san became my mentor, I completely forgot about how my ex-girlfriend ruthlessly dumped me. It was probably because my work was that busy and my life that productive, but...
Here, perfect. What's wrong, Koji-kun?
It's nothing. I don't think it's possible, but am I in love with Maki-san? What happened to my distrust in women? Man, you're totally into her. Right. Why are you sighing, dude? A few days later, I sat at an izakaya with my coworker to get advice. By the way, He also knows that I was hopelessly heartbroken a while ago. Who cares if you're in love with a senior coworker? But it's like, I should know my place, you know? If you like her, all you can do is tell her how you feel, right? I keep thinking about what might happen if things get awkward at work. I mean, that would be a hard environment to work in. But imagine this, man. If she becomes your girlfriend, she might even wear a high school uniform for you. That's nice. It hits hard, right? Now you have to make her yours. I couldn't help but imagine something a little dirty. 3 months quickly passed after I started working, and the new worker training period ended. Maki-san, thank you for everything you've done for me.
Why are you saying that as if we're never going to see each other again? We're a team in the same department still, okay? I'm still your senpai. Ask me anything if you ever have problems, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Just like that, Maki-san stopped being my mentor. But I decided to continue to depend on her as a trustworthy senpai. I had feelings for her, but I didn't want to ruin the relationship we had now. The design team hosted an annual good job to the newbies party for us, but... Man, I'm so glad we have such an outstanding new employee like you. Not at all. It's all thanks to Maki-san. The way she teaches is easy to understand, neat, and feels very productive. I want to continue working hard. I see. Maki-san, your glass is empty. What would you like to drink next?
I might have some plum wine then.
Got it. I'll order it.
Thank you, Koji-kun.
I spent time with the senior workers who took care of me, and the first party went on to a second round, and then on to a third round. Maki-san, are you okay? Please, drink some water.
Huh? I'm still okay.
You're pretty drunk, aren't you?
Not drunk.
She's so drunk. There were no more trains left, so we decided to take taxis back home. I ended up riding in the same taxi as Maki-san because our houses were in the same direction. All right, we're leaving Koshimizu-san to you. Of course. Come on, Maki-san.
Supervisor, see ya.
But still, there was no taxi in the area. Maybe I should give them a call. Maki-san, you can't sleep there!
A hotel then.
Okay. I took the drunken Maki-san into a hotel room. I'll leave some water here, so please drink this when you wake up.
Okay.
I'm going to head home then.
What? You're not gonna sleep over with me?
I'm not. I really want to, but...
Oh, we're gonna sleep together.
Come on, Maki-san! She's like a spoiled little kid.
I said we're sleeping.
I couldn't do anything, so I had no choice but to stay the night too.
Gosh, why are you over there?
We can't sleep in the same bed.
I'm not.
She's so cute when she's drunk too. But if I put my hands on Maki-san while she was drunk, it'd be over.
Am I not appealing enough to you?
What?
I know I have a baby face and I'm not beautiful, but still a woman. I want you to find me sexy too.
She seducing me? And Maki-san, honestly speaking, I like you.
Yeah, I know.
Was I that obvious? If you're okay with it, I want to be in a relationship with you, Maki-san.
Yeah, sure.
Maki-san? What? Is she sleeping? Hold on. Was she sleep-talking? I thought I succeeded in confessing my feelings, but it seems like Maki-san was responding to me in her dreams. I should sleep too.
What? Where am I? Ouch, my head hurts. Right, I went drinking last night and... What happened after... think I had a dream that Koji-kun confessed his feelings to me.
Good morning.
Koji-kun? What are you doing here? Don't tell me that we...
Oh, that's a misunderstanding. Nothing happened.
I see.
I'm going to head home first.
Yeah, see you.
Just like that, I left the hotel without saying anything. It was probably awkward for Maki-san, but it was also awkward for me. But after that, my relationship with Maki-san started to feel a little strained.
Koji-kun, your paperwork is perfect, but it's perfect?
Huh? Is it? Thank you. That was when I received a call from my ex-girlfriend. What? You're at my workplace?
It's your lunch break, so you have time, right? Come on, I just want to see you, Koji.
Fine. Where should I go?
Oh, Koji-kun, did you want to have lunch together? Koji-kun?
What nerve does she have to see me now? I swear. Kusumi, my ex, was a forceful woman. She would probably come into the building if I didn't go out to see her. If that happened, I would cause problems for the other workers. I had no choice but to go outside to see her.
Aw, long time no see, Koji. Have you been well?
Yeah, thanks to you.
I said I'm sorry for what happened when we were still in college, didn't I? I broke up with that guy, so forgive me.
So, what did you want to talk about?
Listen, I had the most fun when I was dating you, Koji. I felt super bad about what I did to you.
She's so annoying. What kind of annoying creature is this? It was too late now, but I wondered why I had ever dated someone like her.
So yeah, please. Will you get back together with me?
I don't want to.
You don't need to answer that quickly.
You cheated on me and dumped me for the other guy. I'm not gonna get back with you. No way. Never. Besides, I already like someone right now.
You're not dating her though, are you?
But I am seriously in love with her, so
But she didn't say she'd date you, did she?
well, yeah. But either way, I'll always say no to you.
What kind of person is she? I bet she's not even as pretty as I am.
She so is. Her name is Maki-san, and she's a super cute person. She's a senpai that I truly admire. She can do her job well, cares about her junior coworkers, and is polite. Compared to someone as wonderful as her, you're just a girl with a nice face.
Grr.
At that moment, Maki-san suddenly appeared.
Huh? Is that you, Koji-kun?
Maki-san?
What a coincidence. Was I interrupting something?
Nope, not at all. This is awful. I can't believe Maki-san just saw that.
Nice to meet you. My name is Maki Koshimizu, and I work with Koji-kun. Maki, so you're Koji's... Huh? What does that mean, Koji-kun?
Oh God!
I win. What do you mean? I'm Koji's ex-girlfriend. Koji said you were such a cute person, but I was wondering what you look like. Yeah? You're just a kid.
That was so...
That's probably true if you're talking about my appearance.
Huh? Maki-san?
I don't really care what someone with only looks has to say about me. In fact, fact, I think there's something wrong with people who only judged based on appearances. Koji-kun was like that at first, but he apologized later. He looks up to me and joins me for meals often. Excuse me, so what? The way he's a gentleman and how genuine he is. I love him for that. Besides, you know, at the hotel... Does that mean you're all ready? Yes, it was a wonderful night. I can't believe you! You put your hands on a little child like that, Koji!
Kusumi sputtered in exasperation as she left the restaurant, but Maki-san kept her smile. I couldn't help but feel very sorry for Maki-san.
You thought I'd get upset over something like that?
No, but I'm truly sorry.
It's fine, it's fine.
But Kusumi made fun of you, Maki-san.
I don't care about that. Besides... You said you liked me, Koji-kun.
What? You were listening?
Yep, I heard everything. I also like you, Koji-kun. I guess it's mutual love.
That happened, and I actually fell in love with Maki-san. As for what happened after... What? Why are you wearing a high school uniform?
You don't like things like this?
It's not that, but... In fact, I love it. And it looks so good on her.
Things like these get heated, doesn't it?
Maki-san, please! Uncle!
Nope. Listen to your senpai.
As you can see, Maki-san loves to give me a lot of special services. My daily life was so much fun because I was able to be in a relationship with such a wonderful person.
Date me.
It's probably very rare to receive such a disrespectful confession. But I, Kuon Shidoyama, was receiving the first love confession of his life, so he couldn't do anything. This is unusual. I can't believe you're asking me a favor.
More guys have been trying to ask me out recently.
Oh, you did have your beauty pageant. This girl's name is Hina Toyama. She's my childhood friend. As you can see from her cold stare, she has a pretty harsh personality. It's unfair that she's this pretty despite all of that. Hold on. Her beauty might be the cause of her horrible personality.
I'm going to punch you, you know.
She has such a cute name despite it all, too. She does win awards in pageants and is super popular because of that beauty, though. Still, she must have it hard because of that.
So yeah, be in a relationship with me.
Basically, you want to use me to ward off other guys?
Who cares? It's not like you're gonna date anyone else in the future anyway.
Oh, she makes me want to punch her. But if I date you, I'm going to receive death glares from every corner.
Do you think that has anything to do with me?
Outrageous always, aren't you?
So that's that. We're going to have a meeting to plan this at my house.
She's so aggressive that she brings a guy over to her house right after they start dating.
Oh, won't it be a problem if I was submissive with this personality?
There is such a thing called gap in this world, though. I can't go against Hina for some reason. I wonder why. Is it because we're childhood friends? So, if we're going to be a pretend couple, there should be a time limit, right? And now we change locations to Hina's house. I hadn't been here since becoming a high schooler. We were now playing Jenga to pass the time.
I guess 2 months should be good enough for now. Most of the boys should be uninterested by then.
Okay.
But there's one thing I want you to be careful about.
Huh? I wonder what it is. She seems unusually serious now.
My parents absolutely can't find out that we're dating, okay?
I don't understand even more. And why is that?
I've never dated anyone before, right?
Oh, you always turned everyone down because you never found someone you were interested in, right?
Because of that, my parents think that I'm unpopular.
Oh,
They've been super worried lately that I'm never gonna date or get married.
her parents have put on a terrible image of her while I haven't seen them in a while.
If they see me together with you, they're definitely gonna cry.
Then why did she decide to plan this out at her house?
I didn't want anyone to hear us, and no one's home.
Why can't she understand the voices in my head? Childhood friends are so scary. I mean, I guess we should be fine for now then. I don't remember saying yes, but I guess we're going through with it?
Who cares? Even if it's for a short period of time, you get to date someone this cute.
But your personality.
Hina-chan, I'm home! Mommy went to her dinner plans on the wrong day.
It was at that moment. Ugh. Hina's energetic mother came into the room.
Hina-chan and Kuon-kun! Oh! Hold on, you're so quick to make misunderstandings.
Hina disappeared, chasing after her mother who ran out of the room.
It's not like you caught us doing anything, right? You're making hasty assumptions. But you never invited Kuon-kun to the house after you became a high schooler, right, Hina-chan? Whenever Mommy asked you, you said, yeah, I'll bring him over when he becomes my boyfriend.
Wow, she dug herself a perfect grave.
Anyway, it's a misunderstanding. Kuon and I aren't... I mean, we might be like that, but you're wrong. Come on. You don't have to be so embarrassed. Your daddy's so happy too.
The information spread around in an instant.
Guess we're having to celebrate Red Bean Rise tonight.
I was amusing myself with Jinga alone when Hina finally came back into the room.
We can't break up now.
Ooh, it seems like she wasn't able to clear up the misunderstanding. Even though she must have taken almost an hour.
They're already thinking about our children's names.
This is weird. I'm supposed to be the victim too, but I was feeling immense sympathy for her.
We have to change our plans now. I'll convince my parents somehow, so you have to continue until then.
Can't you just tell them we broke up or show them how incompatible we are? They should be convinced quickly. Oh, but if we do that, she wouldn't be able to do the I have a man thing she wanted to.
There's no way my parents can be convinced in 2 months.
How much do her parents think she'll never find a man? Ultimately, our relationship started with a certain end date. We showed off that we were dating in school, but didn't interfere in each other's lives the moment we stepped outside. After that, if Hina's parents saw us together, it would be impossible to convince them. Goodness, I got dragged into a messy situation. Still, she said that she would introduce me to a girl once this ends, so I have to do my best. I have to, but... Gosh, she really got dragged into a messy situation. Hey, what do you mean you're dating the Ice Princess, huh, man? Did you finally get past the childhood friend stage, huh? Hey, which one do you prefer? Brass knuckles or a spiked bat? Is this exchange really worth risking my life for? So things like that have been happening a lot recently.
Oh, I see. Here, open wide.
Even if you're feeding me, your stare is so cold that it's hard to be happy. Alright, time passed and it was now our lunch break. In order to show that we were in a relationship, I was being fed emotionlessly by a beautiful girl. Oh, by the way, are we walking home together starting today?
Yeah, I find it annoying, but we have to pretend on our way home too.
Annoying.
But if we'll split ways when we get near the houses, I have to convince my parents that I'm not dating an unpopular loser.
Unpopular? But once we pass the school gates...
Oh, you're going home together? You're so lovey-dovey.
We got caught.
I want to cry.
I want to cry too. Why does his mother pop up whenever we don't want her to? It's essential to clear up the misunderstanding so Hina can introduce me to a girl. This was an awful situation. Whatever the cost, I had to come up with an explanation. Ma'am?
Oh, you're calling me Mom already?
I didn't say that.
That reminds me, here you go.
As she said that, Hina's mom gave us 2 tickets. They were tickets for... a cat cafe.
You've always liked cats since you were little, right? I got a discount ticket, so you two should go together.
I'm so thankful for her I could cry. But you never liked animals, right, Hina? I don't understand why, though. Those creatures are so adorable. But this was a paired ticket, so we had to go together. What should I do?
Oh.
The following day. Kitty! I quickly headed to the cat cafe. Look at this! All these adorable kitties! Amazing, right? Adorable, right? It's kind of smelly, but they're so cute they don't even care about the smell. Come, kitty kitty! Who's an adorable baby, God, pure bliss. I could die right now.
Gosh, what's so good about this anyway?
On the other hand, Hina looked like a queen that cats obeyed. I haven't seen her outside of her school uniform in a while, but she really is pretty on the outside. What are you saying? They're so cute!
You never said that to me, though.
Did you say something? Anyway, this is so unusual. But you don't like places like this, right? But she came all this way for me. What's gotten into her?
I feel bad a little bit, too.
For what?
For dragging you around. But it's not fair if I don't do things that you want to do too, right?
Oh. She shows a nice side like this sometimes, which I think isn't fair. That's probably why I can't go against her. My childhood friend really was a troublesome girl.
By the way, Kuon,
What's up?
what kind of girls are your type?
That was such a sudden question. And this is kind of uncomfortable to say, but a girl with a nice body.
If it's so hard to say, you should have hesitated.
It's not my fault. Those are my true feelings. As she said that, she looked down at her body. You don't need to check, Hina. You have a nice body. What about you? What's your type?
Guys that are obedient.
She was more like an ice queen than an ice princess. Yay.
That's a joke, but... Honestly, guys that I'm comfortable being around.
That's true. How well you get along does play a big deal. Even if a guy was Hina's type in appearances, she would get tired of being around him if he wasn't comfortable. What's on the inside matters more than the outside. Something like that. But can you really find someone like that? She was so cold that she was called an ice princess. I'm sure there were a bunch of people she didn't exactly like.
That's why I've never been in a relationship.
Makes a lot of sense. So, what should we do now? I can go with you if there's somewhere you want to go. After we had a pretty productive time, we walked around the streets aimlessly without anywhere to go.
Let's see. Maybe I'll have you follow me around to shop then.
Okay, leave the underwear decision to me.
I'm going to punch you.
That's weird. I was trying to be a dependable man. After a while, we arrived at a batting cage with nowhere to shop. Huh? What about your shopping?
I changed my mind. I could go shopping with my friends if I wanted to. So I wanted to choose a place that I've been wanting to go to but can't with my friends.
I see.
So anyway, it's a challenge. Whoever gets the most hits on the target wins.
Okay, what does the loser have to do?
They have to be a slave for one day.
You're on.
Hey, those two over there are crazy.
Yeah, they've only been hitting the target.
Even an actual baseball player can't control the ball that well.
Man, that was a good challenge. A little while later, we both ran out of balls and successfully ended the game. Yeah. It was a wonderful competition where both of us advantageously held up our own sides. Especially in the end.
You lost, though.
Damn it. One last ball. If I can at least hit this one last ball.
Come on, you're 100 years too early to try to win against me.
Look at this woman hit the target 19 out of 20 times.
But thinking about it now, maybe we can quit the punishment game.
Oh? Is this kindness I see? I never would have thought that Hina had such kindness inside of her heart.
I mean, you've always been my slave anyway.
Someone hand me some brass knuckles. I thought I could turn the tables this time around.
Stupid.
Hina happily laughed as she said that. The way she is now, I rarely see her like this in school. Alright, the weekend ended and we were back at school. Toyama-san is pretty as always. But I've never seen her smile, you know? The ice princess was below freezing point like she always was. She should just laugh like she did yesterday. I couldn't help but think things like that as I watched her from afar.
This is so boring. More unpleasant gazes on me again. Disgusting stares of people who only see me for my looks. There's been a lot more of those ever since the school festival's beauty pageant. It hasn't been bad since Kuon and I started pretend dating, but it's still a lot. I should have attended an all-girls school. Anyway, where did that guy go? I was going to talk to him since I got to school early. Goodness, doesn't he know that we're Wait, why am I being so unreasonably attached? We only need to show off that we're dating to other people. Why was I looking for him when I don't need to be? As I was thinking that, I found Kuon looking at me from afar. I decided to use my hand to wave over to him.
I think you should smile more, Hina.
Very rude first words. It's not my fault. Life is just boring.
I can't retaliate. I mean, there's nothing fun about lectures in school.
And those stares.
I wish I'd received stares like that from the opposite gender, even if it's just once.
That's...
Hey, if you're going to start off like that, say it clearly. That's impossible, you're unpopular. I know, damn it.
It's so fun to mess with Kuon. Who cares? You're dating me right now, right?
Temporarily. And you should just laugh like that.
Huh?
You're way cuter when you're laughing, not when you're angry.
That reminds me, I can laugh naturally whenever I'm with Kuon.
For good reason. Hina has been staring at me for a while. Goodness, did you finally realize that my handsome face was always in front of you? Being handsome is such a crime.
Unfortunately, you're like 39%.
You could at least give me that one extra point. But still, a childhood friend is so pretty. Even if it's just temporary, I might be blessed for being able to date such a pretty girl.
Being pretty is a crime too.
Seriously. I couldn't make fun of her for it, even if I wanted to. Speaking of, how have things been like at school recently?
Nothing interesting. I mean, there are fewer weird stares or confessions compared to before.
I guess there was something gained from being made the human scapegoat. It seems to have had an influence on her school life, and I think the effects of the beauty pageant will wear off in about 2 months. But
I still haven't convinced my parents.
at present, her family was the problem.
Recently, they've been bringing up my wedding during dinner.
Oh? They're already talking about a wedding to their high school daughter? That's... my condolences? Her blank gaze makes me... I don't know. It was painful beyond description.
Well, I mean, I'm starting to not care about it recently.
Huh?
I'm just gonna ask, what do you think of me?
What does that mean?
Let's see. What do you think of my looks?
I see. I like it a lot and think it's wonderful.
Then what about my personality?
You're a bit intense, but I have fun being around you. Besides, you're an old and trusted friend. I don't hate you, I think.
I see.
Why is she suddenly asking me that? I tilted my head in confusion at the sudden question. That was when...
Should we actually start dating then?
Why? I couldn't help but be surprised at her statement. What's the matter with you, princess?
I mean, I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and I don't think I could find someone who'd be more fun to be around than you. You don't seem like you hate it, so I was thinking that we could actually be a couple.
Hold on! Look at my face. Are you sure you're okay with that, Miss Beautiful?
Well, your face is below average, but
I want to punch her.
I don't think appearances are everything, you know.
Does she think that because people only see her for her looks? I mean, if you ask me if I want to be in a relationship with Hina, I've managed it and I'm fully prepared, but I haven't decided on our kids' names yet.
Are you stupid?
I don't know how big our wedding should be either.
You're being influenced by my parents.
She lightly punched my head. Ouch.
I mean, I understand that you're feeling positive about the idea.
That was barely the right mood, though.
It's like that nowadays, isn't it? Did you want me to say it while blushing on top of a Ferris wheel instead?
Oh, God. I can't imagine her doing that at all.
So, that's that. Here.
As Hina said that, she blushed and held out her hand. We didn't even hold hands while we were pretending to be a couple. Yeah. I hesitantly grabbed her hand. We've been walking home a lot recently, but for some reason, it felt different this time around. Well, I guess it's obvious. After all, we just became a real couple.
Aw, you're holding hands. So lovey-dovey.
We were caught.
Are you two on your way home? Are you coming over?
We haven't made plans like that at the moment.
Then this old lady shouldn't interfere at all.
It's hopeless. She's not listening at all. Should I be positive and happy about the fact that your parents aren't against you getting married to me in the future?
I'll tell you this now, but I didn't say we should date because I couldn't convince my parents, you know.
It makes me happy to hear that at least. Thanks. Well, there's a possibility that my parents might react the same way.
I'll sacrifice myself too if that happens.
Man, what a dependable girlfriend.
Section Chief, this is the equipment request form.
Thanks. I belong to the General Affairs Department. Yes, the one well known as the unsung hero of the company. It can even be said that this department is one of the main reasons any company runs as smoothly and efficiently as it does. The General Affairs Department has its fingers in many different pies. The things we do include, but are not limited to, dealing with client phone calls, managing company equipment, and organizing various company events. In other words, all the small miscellaneous tasks that are essential to company operations go through the General Affairs Department. I, Hiroharu Hayaki, am 31 this year. I was just promoted to Section Chief in April. I wasn't exactly aiming for it, but it seems I'm more suited to this job than I first thought. This isn't the position I saw myself in when I was a student, but I recently realized for the first time that I seem to like being useful to others. It helped that people appreciated me for my work as well. My boss was a good guy. He regularly invited me out for drinks and listened to my problems. Secretly, I always wanted the chance to be a boss like him, but I never thought that the day would come so soon. Although the amount of work I'm doing has significantly increased with the promotion, I find the job very fulfilling.
Good work today, Ogura.
You too.
Oh, right. There's going to be a company group date soon. You interested?
No, thank you.
Come on, you're single, aren't you?
Isn't this kind of thing considered harassment?
Oh, no. Did I just break the compliance policy or something?
Not yet, but I suggest you go home before you really put your foot in it. I'm not paying you overtime for staying here, you know?
Right. That reminds me. How about you join the group date too, boss?
What's the point of inviting an old man like me? What if you report me for sexual harassment or something?
I wouldn't do that. On the contrary, I think most of us would be flattered if you looked at us more like that.
Like what?
Like how the sales department head stares at all the girls.
Seriously, watch your words. If there's a rise in compliance claims, I'm blaming you.
He tried to ask you out for drinks before, didn't he, Ogura? A girl's got to be careful out there, you know?
Of course, but he told me he's not married though.
Come on, don't tell me you believed him. With how pretty you are, he was shooting his shot, if you know what I mean.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah, he'd be in real trouble if his wife found out. Oh, I really have to go now. See you tomorrow.
And she's gone. Man, that girl has no chill. Sometimes I wish she was just a little calmer.
That's just how she is.
And you have too much chill, Ogura. It's okay to enjoy life a bit more, you know?
This is just how I am.
This cool girl, Yako Ogura, is a receptionist working on the General Affairs Department. She's well known as the most beautiful woman in the office right now. She's 4 years younger than me, so if I'm counting correctly, she should be 27 this year. Receptionists are the face of the company, which is why it only makes sense that we choose them for their face. The only thing about her is that her attitude towards clients can be quite aloof at times. Anyway, if that guy gives you any trouble for rejecting him, Tell me right away.
You're actually pretty reliable, huh?
What? You're giving me too much credit. I'll report it to our department head and let him take care of it.
At least we know you're watching out for your cute subordinates.
If I had actually called you cute just then, it could have been considered sexual harassment, you know? What days we live in.
I wouldn't report you for that. Plus, you don't seem interested in the women here at all.
Obviously, I come to the office to work. Nothing more, nothing less.
Not everyone thinks the way you do.
Well, you're beautiful, and also a receptionist. Looking pretty is kind of part of your job, so I'm not surprised you meet more weird people.
That's sexual harassment.
Taking back your words already? I guess I should head home before I really get into trouble.
Actually, how about grabbing some drinks together tonight?
Out of the blue? After everything we just talked about?
I don't mind if it's you, Hikaki.
Huh? By that, you mean...
This is sexual harassment, though.
Damn it. So my subordinates teased the heck out of me today. Ogura seemed just as chill as ever, but being a receptionist is a pretty stressful job. I want to make her work environment as comfortable as possible. I suppose that the fact that I'm thinking like this just shows how suited to the General Affairs Department I am. I'm so sleepy. Maybe I'll be more efficient if I take a short nap. Rubbing my eyes, I let out a big yawn. I've been running off my feet this week. Work is as busy as ever. My personal life isn't giving me a break either. I got the news that my father had collapsed. I rushed back to my family home, only to find out that he had sprained his back. It was still bad news, but I was relieved it was nothing life-threatening. I'll try to visit you more from now on. Of course, my parents welcomed me with great joy when I came home for the first time in a long time. They did give me the usual lecture on how I should hurry up and bring a girl home. Unfortunately for them, I don't seem to have much luck in love. It'll be a while yet until they get their hold of their first grandchild. What's this? When I sank down into my chair, a piece of paper fluttered out and landed on the floor. Not thinking much of it, I reached down to pick it up. It was a marriage registration form. What's something like this doing here? Oh yeah, weren't the girls talking about going to a group date last week? Does this belong to one of them? I remember one of the girls talking about how she met a good guy there. In which case, this probably belongs to her. Though, I don't know why she brought it to the company. I looked around for the owner, but I was the only one in the break room. Also, I was dead on my feet. I didn't have the energy to worry about someone's lost item. Plus, there's many a woman who quit their job upon marriage anyway. It wasn't like this was something particularly groundbreaking. I'll ask around later. Now that I think of it, didn't the receptionist before Ogura retire because she got married? I was just an ordinary office worker back then, but the managers all received invitations to her wedding. I guess from now on, I'll be going to those weddings too. Who knows, one of them might even be Ogura's. When our last receptionist got married, it put the entire department in a celebratory mood. I remember all the women giggling to each other while flipping through the wedding magazines.
I do, Hyaki.
I slowly slipped into slumber while laughing bitterly at my stupid delusions.
Hey, Hayaki, can you help me hand this out to everyone?
It's that time of the year already?
The guy who has the least to fill out shouldn't be complaining. Or are you planning to register for it anytime soon?
Not at all. You already know my answer, don't you?
Seriously, you're too young to wither away like this. When I was your age, I was a regular at all the bars.
But didn't you say that your allowance was cut because your wife found out about it?
You're still only giving me 500 yen for lunch. 500 yen! It was fine back then, but now with the inflation, not even enough to buy a hamburger set.
Yeah, nowadays, ramen usually costs more than 1,000 yen too.
Being the only breadwinner in the family is tough.
But having someone to greet you when you get home and then getting to hold your children in your arms, that makes everything worth it. You sound like my parents. The sad part is, I can't seem to find a girlfriend.
I'm sure you'll find one in no time. You're a catch after all. Just remember to invite me to your wedding.
If it ever happens, of course I will.
You sound like you've given up already.
Well, the documents he had given me were for the year-end tax adjustments. In a way, it marks the end of the year for all of us. The final tax returns depend on the company. However, because they're tax deductions for dependents, filling out the forms becomes a little more complicated for those who are married. A housing loan, huh? There's also mortgage deductions too. I just got a promotion, which means my salary increased too, so I wanted to invest my money into something big. The apartment I'm currently staying in is a rental. It might be a good idea to buy my own place near the office and live there instead. If I had a family, I could get a house. But then I have to think about things like how many kids I have and how many rooms we need for them. Anyway, for a single guy like me, let's not count on my chickens before they hatch. After putting all the documents carefully into a clear file, I went back to work.
Good work today, Hyaki.
Here, Ogura. Fill it in and submit it by next Thursday.
The year-end tax adjustment. Got it. I'll get it done as soon as possible.
You don't have to rush. See you tomorrow. After taking the documents from me and saying goodbye, Ogura left.
Let's see. This is the form for my life insurance, and this is... I took out all the forms I needed to fill in from the neatly organized folder. After doing a final check to see whether I missed anything, they should be ready to submit. While looking through the documents that Hyaki passed to me, an unfamiliar piece of paper caught my eye. What could this be? It was a marriage registration form, but even though I knew that, my brain couldn't quite catch up. What is this doing here? Did he give me this by mistake? But would our capable section chief really make such an amateur mistake? When I was first assigned to the General Affairs Department, the position of section chief was still empty. But ever since he took over, he's always been very considerate of his subordinates, and he helped me out a lot with my nerves in the beginning. There's nothing more attractive than a man who does his job with so much passion. I actually wanted to work on behind-the-scenes support just like he's doing. I didn't think I'd become a receptionist instead. I have enough self-awareness to know that I'm not good with people. And it's not like I'm particularly confident in my looks either. There's many people who say I'm aloof, even going so far as calling me an ice princess. But the simple truth is that I'm bad at social interaction, and it's the one thing I haven't been able to prove over the years. Someone like me should never have been assigned to the front desk. Stuck in a position I thought was completely unsuitable for me, I considered quitting and discussed my options with Hyaki. He listened seriously and sincerely to my dilemma. He even offered to put in a word to have me assigned to a different position if I really couldn't take it. We were superior and subordinate, but at the same time, it felt like we were both equals working for the same company. That was when I started recognizing him as someone in the office I could rely on, and he became someone I greatly respected. I realized that I was acting like a child, complaining about my assigned task before even giving it a try. As a working adult, I felt embarrassed for saying such naive and idealistic things. Let's give it a shot. That was what I decided, and I took on the job that was assigned to me. The anxiety of constantly being in front of different people was stifling. I even had trouble looking them in the eye sometimes, and I had to keep reminding myself to straighten my back and not shrink in on myself. In my worst moments, Hyaki was always there with a kind word and a helping hand. He had a strange knack for reading my expressions and knowing when I was becoming overwhelmed. That was what I was most thankful to him for. On one of those days, probably because of the buildup of physical and mental fatigue, a wave of dizziness suddenly hit me, and I was on the verge of fainting. Immediately after he saw me, he noticed the less than optimal state I was in. He immediately came over to check on me, and then insisted on helping me to the medical office. I'm so sorry, Hyaki.
You shouldn't have come in if you were feeling sick. Just give us a call and rest at home.
But then I'll cause trouble.
I can survive a few days without you. One of us will step up if you need to take a break. That's just what it means to be part of a team.
Okay. He felt so dependable in that moment that I was able to rest without worrying. Right then, I decided that I wouldn't mind following him to the ends of the world. It only makes sense that such a person was promoted to section chief. Rather, he is the kind of person we should all have leading us. But more than that, I finally came to a realization about the shift in my own feelings. I don't know when exactly it happened, but I had fallen in love with Hyaki. But why did he give me this marriage registration form? And he put it together with the tax adjustment forms as well. Could it be? In that moment, I realized the intention behind his actions. I gulped. On one of the tax forms, there's a section for spouse deduction. Coupled with the marriage form, it can only mean one thing. Will you become my spouse? Is this what you're trying to tell me, Hyaki? I don't know what else it could be. The section chief is one of the most popular men in the company. There's many women across all the departments who's aiming for him. I always thought I wasn't good enough for him. But if he chose me, then I can't just sit on my laurels. I have to get ready right away. He told me the deadline to submit these is next Thursday. In short, he wants me to decide whether to fill out the marriage registration form by next Thursday. Of course, like most girls, a beautiful wedding ceremony is one of my dreams, and our parents haven't met one another yet either. But for us to be legally married, all we technically have to do is get the form processed at City Hall. I'm done. I signed my name and stamped my personal seal onto the form. This reminds me, one of my colleagues overheard Hyaki muttering about whether he should buy a house or not. That could have been a subtle hint he dropped for me. I wouldn't mind living in an apartment if it's just the two of us, but when I think about our future children, a house would definitely be better. But the most important thing is to live together first. For as much support and help he's given me until now, I want to support him in return. When I finished filling in everything, I sent him a message. He read it straight away and reacted to it with a thumbs up. Please wait for me, Hyaki.
Ogura? What is she sending outside of work hours? When I opened the notification, there was only one message. Apparently, she had finished filing out all the tax adjustment forms. Sure, that's good, but I don't know why she feels the need to send me a message just to tell me that. In saying that, I can't just ignore a report from my subordinate. After stressing over how to reply, I chose the safe option and reacted to it with a thumbs up. This is why girls don't like me. It's a depressing fact that I can never think of something witty and cool to reply with. Just another day in the sad single life of Hiroharu Hayaki.
Is there anything in particular that you like to eat?
What's this? Are you planning to cook for someone or something? Oh, sorry. Questions like this are sexual harassment too, right?
No, don't worry about it. It was a serious question, and I really am planning to cook for someone.
Really? I don't know how much help my opinion will be, but I guess something like karagi would be popular with most people.
I see. Karaji, right? I understand. Thank you for your input.
He's a lucky guy to get to eat your home-cooked food.
If you say so. You're that lucky guy, though.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'll be leaving now then. There's a place I need to stop by first. See ya!
So Ogura's spring is finally here. Even the Ogura who's never shown a hint of having a love life has met someone. The one who pulled the Ice Princess down from her pedestal must be quite a guy. I feel my singleness more and more every day. Let's just buy something light before going home. After I got home, just as I was running water for the bath, my doorbell rang. When I checked to see who it was, a completely unexpected person was standing outside my door. Yes? Who is this? Wait, Ogura? It was Ogura, who I remember saying bye to at the office today. What are you doing here? And why all the luggage?
I'm sorry. Packing everything took more time than I thought it would.
Packing? Don't tell me you were being abused by your boyfriend and ran away from home or something.
No, it's nothing like that.
In that case, why exactly are you here?
Hyaki, just as I told you yesterday, I filled out all the forms and brought them over.
Saying that, she took a marriage registration form out of her bag. I mean, it's true I see your name on there. Are you asking me to be your witness? No, wait. I feel like I've seen that before somewhere.
I've had a crush on you for a long time too, Hyaki. When I saw that you gave me this, I was just so happy. So happy.
She was overwhelmed with emotion. The marriage registration form she was holding wasn't printed in regular format. I remembered everything. It was probably a cutout from a wedding magazine or something. The super fancily designed marriage form was exactly the one I found on the floor a while ago. Huh? Hold on. This is seriously bad.
Why do you suddenly have the limited vocabulary of a university student failing their exams?
Actually, the thing is... What the hell do I do now? Wait, so a girl liked me all along?
But Hyaki, can you wait until our first child is born before you put my name down as your dependent? I still want to continue working with you until then. I just got used to being a receptionist, and I don't want to give it up yet. I thought we could start by living together first, which is why I'm here.
Oh no. I'd only frozen for a few seconds, but the situation was worsening at an alarming rate. I planned to return that form to its original owner, but I ended up completely forgetting about it. It's likely that it got mixed up with all the papers when I was sorting through the documents for the year-end tax adjustments. And then, by chance, it ended up in Ngura's hands, the one person who would take it seriously. Huh? You've got to be kidding!
I dropped by the supermarket to buy some ingredients just now. You haven't had dinner yet, right?
I was going to eat after my bath.
I'll make you the karaji right now. It'll be just a moment.
I couldn't seem to find a chance to break the truth to her, and I found myself sinking deeper and deeper into the swamp of misunderstandings. She put on an apron while humming a soft tune to herself and headed to the kitchen. Live together? With Ngura? In my apartment? Huh? This two-roomer is meant for one person. Be a bit cramped for two. No, wait. Am I actually considering this right now? I violently shook those stray thoughts out of my head. I just have to be honest and tell her this is all a mistake.
Hyaki, do you want to take a bath together?
What are you saying?
We're going to be husband and wife after all. This much should be nothing.
The bathroom is pretty small.
I see. Well, it's too bad. We should think about moving soon, huh?
Why can't I say it? I mean, I've never seen such an adorable Ngura before. I tell her the truth now, she'll probably be mortified. I'm still her direct superior at work. Is this really okay? This is okay, right?
The truth is, I've had feelings for you ever since I first joined the company. When you're in the office, my gaze is automatically drawn to you. As my senior and superior, you taught me a lot. Maybe my attraction to you was what made it so easy for me to say yes. As it turns out, marrying you someday was already a deep desire of mine.
No, I can't keep lying. I'm sorry, Ngura, but you need to listen to me. This marriage registration form.
If I marry you, I'll become Yako Hyaki. It almost seems like we were meant to be together.
That's so wrong in so many ways. I interrupted before I could stop myself. Having someone fated for you and stuff like that, I've imagined it myself a few times. But I always knew that it was a passing fancy, and that I would have to come back to reality eventually.
Hyaki, the details don't matter to me anymore. I never actually thought someone like you, who took work so seriously, would ever pull a stunt like this.
Ngura, you already realized?
But without this marriage form, I might never have mustered up the courage to act on my feelings. All it did was give me an opportunity. If there was even the slightest chance, I had to try.
What am I doing? Why am I making her pick up the slack from my mistake? Ngura is smart. She should have suspected something was up when she first saw that marriage form. But she steeled herself and came over to my place anyways. This might make me a failure as her boss, but I can't ignore her feelings. I don't want to. And maybe it was about time I settled down. I grabbed the pen with a shaking hand. I I never thought about going straight to marriage before even a single date. To our company's ice princess on top of that. She's way out of my league. Rather than a middle-aged man like me, I'm sure she has tons of better options out there. Still. Ogura, do you want to check out a housing exhibition together next weekend?
Hiyaki, I'd love to. I'd like 2 rooms for our children.
Thinking ahead, huh? So, I'll be in your care from now on?
Yes, from now on, instead of watching you from afar in the office, I can be with you in our home.
Normal people hate the idea of living with their boss, you know? I grinned wryly. Half a year after that. After living together for all this time, we finally had an official wedding ceremony. I only know this because I lived with her, but Yako is actually a very emotional person. It's just that her face doesn't really show it most of the time. The time we spent together was full of happiness for the both of us. In the end, we didn't use that first marriage registration form.
That form was crucial to us getting together. I didn't want to let it go.
You're right. Let me say this once again. I love you, Yako. Thank you for showing up at my door that night.
I love you too, Hiroharu. We finally arrived at the day when I'll become Yako Hiyaki.
Do you have to keep bringing that up? Now that I think about it, that marriage registration form was a real blessing in disguise. I did search for the person who lost it, but no matter who I asked, no one had any idea. I guess we'll never know. But thanks to that seemingly insignificant piece of paper, I found the love of my life. Yako, I love you.
I love you too.
I've heard enough! I hate your guts, Subaru! Your guts!
The one being screamed at through tear-filled eyes is me, Subaru Amamiya, and the one doing the shouting was my girlfriend. From what I could gather, she was pissed at me because she thought I cheated on her. But I don't have any memory of doing anything of the sort. But I'm telling you, I'd never do anything like that to you.
You're such a liar! I've seen the proof with my own eyes and everything! There is hard evidence. I'm talking pics.
It felt like I didn't have anything I could say in my defense anymore. I tried to do everything in my power to convince her I was faithful, but no matter what I said, she wasn't gonna listen. I told you, if you just show me whatever the picture is, I can explain.
Why would I even bother? We're over, Subaru! Over!
She didn't even give me a chance to try and explain myself. Before I knew it, Mikuru Kurume was already gone. But we'd been going out for 2 years. I probably don't need to tell you that this was without a doubt the worst moment of my life. But how was I supposed to defend myself when I really didn't remember doing anything?
At this point, she's never gonna let me explain.
I didn't know what to do. She left me all alone with nothing to do but kneel down and shake my fist at the sky. I tried to text her to get her to listen to me in vain that day, but she only left me on read. When she said we were over, she meant it. Say what you want about Mikuru, but she doesn't do things by half.
I don't even know how this misunderstanding happened in the first place.
I was so worried I couldn't sleep all night. I racked my brain for answers, but I came up empty. Oh. Just then I bumped into Mikuru passing by, and... She immediately ignored me. This was only gonna continue, huh? I couldn't help but worry about it.
I heard it's over between you and Mikuru, huh?
That was the first thing I heard when I got into the classroom. Sitting across from me was Mikuru's twin sister, Kanade Kurume. That's what it seems like, but I really don't remember doing anything. I'd never cheat on her. I don't even remember going out with someone else. If you forced me, the last person I could even remember being with was my little sister.
Yeah? But that's not the story you'd hear if you asked her about it.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to have seen that picture she says she has on me, would you?
Sorry.
I thought that maybe if I could just take a look at it, I could say something in my defense, but she won't even show it to me.
I'm sure I don't have to tell you how she is. Once she gets an idea in her head, she'll stick to it no matter how much evidence she hears to the contrary. So, what are you gonna do?
I wish I had an answer for her. I don't know, but there has to be something.
You're so pathetic. Did my sister only like you because of what's between your legs?
What was inside my pants was none of her business. But it's in excellent working order, thank you very much.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, but ever since this morning when people saw your relationship in shambles, the classroom's been strangely awkward.
Now that she mentioned it, she was kind of right. It was like as soon as I looked around, everyone turned to avert their gazes. It was strange. Why was this heaviness hanging around the air?
You don't get it, huh? Let me spell it out for you. You two were basically known as the most annoyingly lovey-dovey couple in the entire school.
No, that couldn't be true.
You don't believe me? All right. What did you always do every day at lunch?
The two of us would always hold hands and feed each other, I guess.
And on the way home?
We'd hold hands and give each other a great big hug before leaving. Oh my god, now that I really think about it, we really were an annoyingly lovey-dovey couple.
Now do you get it? Obviously, this is gonna be the thing everyone's talking about all day.
I guess it does make sense when you put it that way.
Yeah, well, now everyone's looking at me weird too, and I have nothing to do with this at all.
I felt kind of bad for that.
So hurry up and do something to fix it.
What do you want me to do? Mikuru was the one going on an emotional rampage. I couldn't think of a single possible option to get her to even look at me, let alone hear my side of the story. I could dangle her favorite food in front of her face and she'd turn her head away.
I guess it doesn't seem to be all your fault this time.
Though I didn't know what it could possibly be.
Let me think. When she got home yesterday, she seemed pretty gloomy and depressed all night.
Kanade certainly was never one to hold back exactly what she was thinking. But I really couldn't get my head around what was happening either. And so...
I know. Why don't you date me instead?
She suddenly responded with that. What? Why do you want to kick her when she's already down?
Don't get me wrong. I don't have the slightest iota of interest in you.
For some reason, that kinda hurt too.
However, I just thought that maybe it would get her to realize that she doesn't want to be away from you after all.
So that was her plan. So let me get this straight. You want to start a fake relationship to make Mikuru so jealous that she demands I go out with her again?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
I wasn't sure exactly how the making Mikuru mad part was gonna shake out, but the plan seemed just crazy enough to work. Although she was already angry enough about my supposed cheating, I was worried another relationship with her sister wouldn't even faze her anymore. I guess I don't have any better ideas. How do you even come up with this plan in the first place?
I'm just trying to protect my own skin, okay? I don't need your emotional baggage to spill out all over my life. Look, you don't know what this is like for me. You can't even imagine whatever storm my sister's gonna unleash every day at home now that you two broke up like this.
I was starting to feel even worse for her now. I knew Mikuru was probably taking it really bad, but the image Kanade was painting in my head was especially worrying.
All right, today begins the first day of Mission Make Mikuru Mad.
Right, so how do we start? In response, Kanade gave a slight devil-may-care smile.
Isn't it obvious? We flirt in front of her right away. Let's go home together, Subi.
I didn't expect her to take flirting this far.
What's wrong, baby? Why are you making such a sour expression?
After school that day, Kanade and I decided to put our fake relationship plan into action and pretend to be a couple. But... Sorry, Kanade, you're just acting so nice and unlike yourself, it's giving me chills.
If you mess this up, I'll suplex you right now.
The tonal whiplash between her true personality and her acting was even scarier than I thought.
I'm not doing this because I want to either, you know? You think I have any interest in stealing away my sister's boyfriend?
Sorry, I know you're helping me and all. I should just shut up and let you do your thing.
Besides, just touching you makes me want to puke.
I'll suplex you right now. I wasn't sure I'd be able to stomach being nice to her for long.
Just hold out until Mikuru sees us. She's gonna be so choked up with tears, she'll practically beg you on hands and knees to take her back.
Oh, Subaru, I realized how wrong I was to ever leave you.
Then our mission will be complete and we can end this dreadful arrangement.
Won't she just end up hating you?
Nah, it'll be fine.
What do you two think you're doing?
Suddenly, Mikuru appeared from behind us on our way out the door. I'd say it was a coincidence, but Mikuru had been rushing home this way in a hurry lately, and the two of us were waiting directly in her path to try and get her to see us.
Exactly what it looks like. We're holding hands and getting ready to walk home.
Holding hands?
It was working. Mikuru was just as shocked as we hoped she'd be.
I don't believe it, Subaru. You're not satisfied with just cheating on me once, huh? You three-timing lowlife scumbag!
Except maybe it wasn't working in the way we intended. It sounded like she was about to hate me even more. Hey, I'm starting to worry this wasn't the right thing to do. She looks really angry.
Relax, this is just part of the plan.
If Kanade was that confident about it, maybe I could trust her. But still...
I know Subaru's a lost cause, but what's the matter with you, Kanade? Why are you making doe eyes at that loser?
What's wrong? Are you jealous?
Jealous? No way!
Wow, she definitely seemed jealous. Maybe Kanade was right. Was this a sign of clear victory in sight?
I'm just worried about you.
But I want this.
You want that two-timing piece of garbage?
Why wouldn't I? I think that's kinda hot, actually.
Kanade being into sleazeballs? If I didn't know she was just acting right now, I'd probably be just as disgusted as Mikuru.
Anyway, come on, Subaru, let's go. We don't want to be late for our home date, do we?
No. And with that, Kanade grabbed my arm and yanked me forward to match her pace. I was really about to rush to Mikuru's side and do whatever I could to cheer her up, but I guess Kanade decided that we still had more work to do to stir up her jealousy. But then...
I'm going with you.
Mikuru forced us to make an adjustment to our plan. Come in. A bit later, here I was inviting not only Mikuru into her old favorite hangout spot, but also her sister.
Thanks for having me over.
Yeah, thank you.
Even though she hated my guts right now, she still had the common decency to be polite. God, I loved that about her.
Oh, is nobody else home?
Oh yeah, both my parents are still at work, and my cousin is out today. The emptiness of the house made me start to think that everyone would be gone for a while.
If the two of you were planning on doing something, maybe Kanade should just leave.
We weren't. What are you thinking? If I laid a finger on Mikuru's sister the day after we got in a fight, then I really would be a scumbag. Hey, can't we just come clean now? I don't know how much more of this my heart can take.
Maybe we should. I mean, she already followed us here. That should be enough, right?
Great, then we're both in agreement. I whirled around ready to tell Mikuru everything. Mikuru, the truth is...
I don't want to hear it.
I was actually gonna cry.
You idiot. I thought we agreed that I was gonna do all the talking. Hey, Mikuru.
What do you want? Why are you standing side by side like that?
You know I have absolutely no interest in Subaru, right?
What? This was all a lie?
Exactly.
Then, all that stuff with you holding hands and hugging him so tightly?
I seriously thought I was gonna barf.
Hey. Mikuru slumped down to her knees from the shock, sighing and feeling more relieved than she'd ever felt in her life. And then...
Thank God! I thought Subaru was cheating on me again!
She couldn't help but let out her true feelings. Hey, Mikuru, about that.
Yeah, what? It's not like I'm happy you're not jumping into another girl's arms or anything. I'm just glad to hear that my poor sister wasn't getting involved with any worthless, unsavory types. That's all. I'm still not talking to you.
And now she was back in angry mode. I knew I wasn't going to be able to say anything like this. I instinctively scratched the back of my head. Ugh, I told you I didn't cheat on you.
Liar! Phony! I already have pictures of you with another girl. It shows everything.
Dude, can you even deny it at this point?
Now I was up against two stubborn sisters that couldn't be convinced. I thought Kanade was supposed to be on my side here. If you're that sure it was me, then at least show me the picture.
Fine. You want to see it so bad? Here.
She thrust her phone in my face. The picture I saw clearly showed me in a mall with another girl hanging from my arm. Looking at it, it was certainly easy to get the wrong idea, but... Can I just say one thing?
Fine. One chance. That's it.
I think that's my cousin.
Huh?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
What? Yeah, right. Why didn't you say anything like this before?
Maybe because she wouldn't even let me get a word in edgewise.
Besides,
Why would your cousin be that clingy with you?
I don't know, that's just how she is. My cousin's naturally bubbly nature working against me like this, that was definitely not on my bingo card this year. But I'm telling the truth, I swear.
Your lies won't work on me. I can smell the desperation on you. If she's really your cousin, then why isn't she here? I'm not gonna believe a word until I see her right here in this house.
I'm home. Oh, Subaru, did you bring friends? I'm pretty tired, so I was gonna give you a big hug and let you transfer some of your energy to me. But I don't want to embarrass you in front of your guests. I guess I'll just go upstairs and take a nap instead.
I am so sorry.
Even the way she apologized was beautiful. Do you believe me now?
After witnessing that, I don't know how I couldn't.
This was all my cousin's fault in the first place, but thanks to her, it was all cleared up. Well, I was glad to be done with all this, but I still felt like things were going to be pretty complicated from now on.
All right, later.
Kanade gave a slight sigh and got to her feet. You're heading out?
Yeah, I did what I set out to do. I don't need to be around here for whatever nausea-inducing makeup plans you have. And Mikuru, you better apologize for putting Subaru through the ringer like that.
Nick!
Maybe you can use this as an opportunity to fix that nasty habit you have of jumping to conclusions.
Without even waiting for an answer, Kanade opened the living room door and walked out of the house. The two of us left in the room shared awkward glances at each other. However...
Hey...
Mikuru hesitantly broke the silence.
I'm really sorry for doubting you.
That's okay, I know how you get sometimes. I was so anxious I could barely speak, but I wasn't angry with her. Honestly, I was kind of at a loss. But I knew I could never bring myself to hate her no matter what.
Do you not love me anymore?
Of course I still love you.
But...
I'd never hate you, okay? If I hated you, would I do something like this? Just next time, if you ever suspect me of something, can you at least talk to me about it first? That's all I ask. As I gently patted her head, she slowly returned my hug. Getting to cuddle with her like this after so long made me feel so warm and fuzzy inside.
I love you, Subaru.
Ah, you're making me blush.
I know I was acting so angry and stubborn before, but I was just so scared and worried. I didn't know what else to do.
I know Mikuru always felt so pampered by my love. Knowing that she wouldn't tear herself away from me right now only made me more anxious. You better not do something like this again, okay? Do you know how hard this has been for me?
I won't.
But as I continued to pat her head, I was already beginning to feel much better. Things were finally back to normal. I'd have to do something to thank Kanade tomorrow. I hoped she wouldn't ask for too much. Well, if you're already here, want to stay and play video games for a bit?
I'd love to.
And with that, our relationship was unbroken, and we were a real couple again. The next day...
Subaru, say ah!
Ah! We were back to our usual antics as if nothing had ever happened. I couldn't help but think the lunch Mikuru made was extra delicious, though.
What am I gonna do with you two? I'm glad you made up, but could you not do all this ooey-gooey stuff in public?
At lunch, a pair of scornful eyes was glaring at us. Thanks for all your help.
Don't speak in unison like that. It's creepy.
Oh, I'm sure you'll understand one day once you find a partner for yourself.
Now that I thought about it, Kanade had the same outstanding beauty Mikuru did. It wasn't exactly the nicest thing to say, but... Sorry, I don't have any delinquent friends who'd be likely to cheat on their partners with you.
As the slightly older and more mature one of us, I'd really prefer if you rethought your preferences in partners.
You didn't actually believe that, did you? I was just playing my role, obviously.
I was happy to hear that, but I really didn't have any scummy friends.
Whatever. I'm just happy you guys are back to your normal, gross, weird selves.
Kanade really was operating on another level to come up with a plan like this.
Although I start to regret that a little bit when you're like, Subaru this, Subaru that, over and over at every meal.
This is kind of embarrassing now.
Well, you really helped us out. I want to do something to thank you.
I don't need much. Just a Louis Vuitton purse should be fine.
How was a high schooler like me supposed to afford something like that?
What about me? I want to thank you too.
I'll take a few pieces of candy from the grocery store.
Hey! After school, when Kanade said she couldn't think of anything right away, we decided to bring her to the mall.
I'd really rather you didn't get me something so fast.
Don't be silly, you did so much for us and we want to show our appreciation. Besides, it was dangerous to have her holding this over my head for so long. And Mikuru said she wanted to look at some new clothes anyway.
That's the real reason, isn't it? Well, maybe I'll go and look at clothes with her.
And make me buy them for you, right?
Will you?
If they're not too expensive.
You know, it's been such a long time since we went out like this together, huh?
Really? I thought they had a pretty good relationship. I figured they'd do things together more often.
Yeah, well, we do have completely different tastes in clothes.
Yeah, I definitely noticed that.
How about I pick you out something this time as thanks?
Why not? I guess it can't hurt to wear something you choose every so often.
Ooh, I'll pick out something for you too, Subaru.
Huh? You don't have to do that. I didn't really need new clothes anyway.
Subaru, it's obvious you don't have any interest in clothes. All you wear are hoodies and skinny jeans.
What's wrong with that? Hoodies are comfy.
Don't you want to look nice in front of your girlfriend? I want to see you look snazzy too.
Maybe you'd actually look half decent for once if you dressed up.
Hey, they don't have to make it sound like I'm completely ugly and hopeless. That hurts.
Oh, I like these.
Kanade suddenly stopped in her tracks. She was staring at a cute clothing shop that I thought Mikuru would really love.
Want to go in here? Think you could probably find something, Mikuru.
Kanade immediately scrambled inside. She always gave off such a mature air, so it was hard to remember sometimes that in the end, she was still a high school girl at heart. Just then...
Look, Subaru! Kanade's enjoying herself.
Mikuru tugged on my sleeve and turned to me happily. I always figured liking fashion was just one of those girl things.
Don't be like that. Just because you don't care enough doesn't mean other guys are the same.
Well, I didn't care.
How about you put in some work then and pick out something for me that you'd like?
Mikuru seemed to enjoy picking out clothes for me as she clung to my arm. You might regret asking that.
I'm sure I won't.
And the reason was...
Just knowing that the person I love is choosing what he thinks I like makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside.
She gave me a satisfied smile. I really did have the cutest girlfriend in the world.
I'm transferring schools.
Huh? When?
Early next month. The new place is still within the area, but it's a bit far for commuting.
I see. I didn't know what to say at that moment. I felt like saying that's too bad or I'll miss you wouldn't quite fit.
Yeah.
If it's okay, I'd like to stay in touch even after you move.
Sorry, I don't have a smartphone yet.
Right, I forgot. Well, here's this. Here's my phone number and account ID. If you get a smartphone, I'd be happy if you contacted me.
Thanks. So you're aiming for Rento Academy, right? Actually, I am too. It would be great if we could go to the same high school.
Her smile, which seemed to fade away into the sunset, made me realize from a distance. This must be my first love. Ugh. Since then, I focused on studying. I got into the high school I wanted, and finally, I was able to reunite with her, but... Then why did things turn out like this?
Hey, Tatsuki, you're being really loud.
Oh, sorry, Amino. She's still cold towards you, huh? My friend, Himura Haruhiko, whispered this to me. I sighed and agreed. Yeah, right? It's just me. She's not unpopular in class. She's pretty, charming, and cheerful.
That's crazy. How good looking is her boyfriend?
Look. She seems to have a lot of friends, and she's top in her grades and good at sports. Is she really Amino Shizuku, the one in your class? Honestly, I can't deny it even if they said it's a different person with the same name. Back then, Amino and I weren't especially close. We were both on the library committee, so we exchanged a few words. Sometimes we talked about our hobbies or read books facing each other. In a way, that was all there was to our relationship. But now I understand. I think I was really happy and comfortable spending time with her. Looking back, those are irreplaceable days. Yeah. So on the day we first went home together, I mustered up the courage to tell her I liked her. And now this is the result. She's completely changed. The world is harsh. Is there no God or Buddha? Hearing that makes me feel so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I'm really grateful for you always listening to my complaints. Let's go eat some good ramen on the way home and unwind. It's great for relieving stress.
Hello? Ah, there you are. Hey, big sis. Hey, Megami, what's up? We were thinking of going to a new cake shop in front of the station, but I'm short on cash. You bought more manga and novels again, huh? Enough is enough. I need reference material. Hey, can you lend me some money? You said the same thing last month. Try to be more organized. Please? Huh? Oh!
What?
You're Tatsuki! You're Tatsuki, right?
Yeah, but do you know me?
Yeah! You're the guy my sister likes, right?
What?
I've seen you in photos. That's right, isn't it? This person said they really like you. Hey! Megumi, come here for a sec. About the pocket money? I'll lend it to you, so come over here.
What was that just now? Don't ask me. She said Amino likes you or something. Maybe it was just my imagination. A few days later, Amino was cold to me again today. Actually, it feels like she's getting more and more distant every day. I guess the cause is that girl's behavior, who acts all sisterly. She said it was a lie, but... Oh.
Hi there.
You're Amino's...
Yes, I'm Megumi Amano. I have a small favor to ask of you today. I'm not suspicious or anything. It's a win-win situation for both of us.
Suspicious. I've got to head to the library now.
Don't you know why my sister has changed?
Huh? You know why?
Yes, of course. My sister has been working too hard for you.
What do you mean?
She has a boy she likes since middle school, but she couldn't muster up the courage to confess. So she decided to change herself. She tried to match her personality and appearance to what the boy liked.
Wait. Could that boy be...
Do you know the novels Gal Doki? Or The Tsundere Beauty Yells at Me Again Today?
The ones I was really into back in middle school?
Well, that's a big hint.
That's an understatement. When I think about it, it's just like that.
Why didn't you notice?
Because novels in real life are different. Could all those cold attitudes be her version of changing herself? No way.
It seems like she got so immersed in her role because she's serious, and now she can't go back to being herself.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a pity. So I'll support you, so could you try to fix my sister's complicated feelings?
Me?
Yeah, she still really likes you. She's been really down at home because of it.
It's hard to believe she likes me.
Or have you already started to dislike her? Even though it's her own fault, do you want to avoid getting involved?
Well, yeah. It was tough being treated so coldly, and I was confused by the gap from the past.
Then...
But if what you're saying is true, I'm starting to feel a bit more motivated. In the end, it's me who's complicated. I just can't give up on my first love.
Oh, it's okay. Being that dedicated is really admirable.
Anyway, I'll do my best.
Thank you. Yay! This gives me a good idea.
Good idea?
Oh, it's nothing. Anyway, I've been thinking up some strategies too, so let's do our best.
Yeah, And so, the plan to win over Amino Shizuku began.
Calling me out here. Megumi, where are you? Give me my money back.
Hey, Amino.
Why are you here?
Well, I heard from your sister about you.
You're actually believing what my sister said?
Whether or not that story's true, I just want to get along with you again.
Why would I want to be with someone like you?
Oh, her lines are exactly like the ones from the novel. Why didn't I notice this before? If that's the case, according to Megumi's advice, the next choice I should make is... Hey, Amino.
Wait, what?
The classic romantic move, wall slam. I still have feelings for you. This is just like in the novels, where the protagonist slams the heroine against a wall and she gets all flustered. The only problem is, I'm not handsome. Amino. From the outside, this might look like a serious issue. If someone yells, it could be socially unacceptable. If she really hates me now, it's over. I wonder what will happen. It's success! That was surprisingly easy. No. Amino,
No!
She got away. Maybe I was a bit too forceful? I think it had some effect, though.
It was amazing!
You think so? I felt like I might have gone too far.
No, didn't you see her face? My sister was definitely flustered. It really is great. This feeling you can only get from real-life romance. I need to jot this down before I forget. Oh my!
You dropped something. Huh? What's this?
Oh, that's...
A notebook for jotting down ideas for novels?
Actually, I post novels online as a hobby.
Wow, that's impressive. Huh? Could this be... You mentioned this was a mutually beneficial arrangement. Could this mean...
You're surprisingly sharp. Actually, I feel like the romance novels I write are kind of shallow. Like, there's no real depth to the emotional descriptions.
And so I was thinking...
I want to observe your relationship with my sister and use that for my novels. But it's also true that I'm worried about my sister. But I think this is a good opportunity.
What?
I won't use your names. I'll just refer to the situations as inspiration.
I'm not really into this, but it's too late now.
Yeah, it's pretty much too late. We're past the point of no return.
Guess we're in this together now. All I can do is hope this isn't a sinking ship.
Hey, what are you doing? I was thinking of getting some tutoring from him. Do you really need to get so close to him? Isn't that unnecessary? Huh? What's with your face all red? I just thought you have poor taste in men. I don't care who he hangs out with.
Yeah.
Let's all head home.
When you mention it, those lines are definitely from that novel.
Right? She's copying it.
But let's make this the last time we use this method. It's not good if weird rumors start.
It's fine, I'll cover for it later.
No, I'm talking about you. What if rumors start about you?
Me? I don't have a boyfriend or anyone I like, so it won't bother me.
Even if you don't have anyone now, you might in the future, and there could be someone already interested in you. Do you understand now why he wasn't isolated in class despite how Amino treats him?
Oh yeah, he must have always been like this. I kinda get why your sister is in agony.
What does that even mean? Their oddly warm gazes made me feel strangely uncomfortable.
Oh!
Hey, Amino. She dropped this. Oh, this book.
No, it's not like that.
You read stuff like this too? It's a really interesting book, right?
Huh?
I like this novel too. If you want.
Just a dream. Why am I dreaming about those times now? What am I doing? What should I do? Tatsuki.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, she replied again today. It's normal to get a reply when you greet someone, but it still feels a bit touching. Could this be thanks to her plan? I've tried a lot of things. Like bringing up Megumi to keep the conversation going with her, using Himura's connections to go karaoke with everyone. I even staged a chance meeting with her on her day off. It's going pretty well. Guess all those stalker-like efforts paid off. Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if I got reported. But thanks to that, she's a lot different from how she was at first. Isn't this a big success? I hope so. It does seem like our connection has improved by keeping in touch. But it feels like there's an invisible wall between us. Whenever I try to take a step forward, she slips away. Is she really into her role? Or is that really her? Amino?
Oh.
You're here for something in the library too? What a coincidence. Want to read some books together? Like we used to in middle school?
I don't have any reason to be here anymore. You're annoying, so stop talking to me.
Wait. I'm sorry, but I really want to get along with you again. If you don't want to see me in person, maybe we can message. I gave you my number before.
I've already thrown that away.
Huh?
I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm not the plain and uncomfortable person anymore.
Amino? Amino!
She seems to be feeling guilty.
If she's really into her role, she might start leaning on me soon. Hey, I have a favor to ask. Got any ideas? Depending on the situation, it could be costly. In that case, I'll treat you to a large bowl of ramen at the station. And add some toppings too. So, what's up? Tell me. Yeah, it's about... Hey, Amino?
What? Didn't I tell you to stop talking to me?
Yeah, and if this doesn't work, I'll give up.
Huh?
So one last request.
What request?
I need you to come with me for a bit. It won't take much of your time. Megumi,
Do your best, okay? Romantic comedies always end with a happy ending, so please take good care of my sister.
yeah, thanks.
So, this is your last request?
Yeah, I wanted to read books with you like we used to.
You're so creepy. What's so great about this?
Ah, it's just like before. Your book flipping habit and posture are the same. She's still there inside her. She hasn't disappeared. You said you weren't allowed to have a smartphone and you get scolded for reading manga or novels. Your dad was really strict, right? But you cut and dyed your hair, painted your nails, and still kept up with your studies. I can't even imagine how hard that must have been.
Huh?
You really did your best.
I
heard from people who went to the same middle school as her. She was apparently awkward at first, but she gradually became cheerful and lively. It was like she'd let go of something, like she was free from something.
At first, I just wanted to be the kind of girl you would like. But over time, I started to enjoy who I am now. Putting on makeup, having fun with friends, everything felt fresh and exciting. And then I started thinking my old self was so lame and cowardly, and I wanted to forget about it.
The real reason you were avoiding me was guilt about changing, wasn't it? Seeing you read books, I realized that the old you was still very much a part of who you are now. I think the reason you have the present you is because of the past you wanted to change.
Tatsuki.
I think both the old you and the you in front of me now are wonderful. I love you.
I've always loved you, huh?
If you don't mind, please go out with me.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry.
Does this mean I'm not good enough? Incoming call. A text message. Huh? What is this? She said she threw away my phone number. Amino.
I feel the same way. I've always loved you. I love you so much. Look at this. We're number 1 on the rankings, top of the charts.
Wow, that's amazing. It might even get published as a book. Yeah, it's impressive, but
It's basically our story. Besides the names, nothing's even fictionalized, right? It's fine. You guys are getting a reward for being the Cupid in our story. So, that was your goal from the start, huh? My sister is mad. Let's get out of here, Himura.
yes, sir.
Well then, we'll take our leave.
This is your special place, right? Enjoy it as much as you can.
Okay. Sis, tell me about it later. I'll use it for new material. How free is she really?
If this keeps going, the series might move on to college life or working life.
All of our stuff is going to be all over the internet.
That's a problem. We have to work hard to make sure it doesn't end badly. Let's go, Shizuku.
Yeah, Mitsuru? Hey, Mitsuru.
What?
Back then, I really wanted to do this. I wanted to walk hand in hand with you like this.
I see.
Yeah. My dream came true.
Ah, mine did too.